Alrighty y'all, in today's video, I'm going to be going over my Lews frog rod combination. Stay tuned, it's coming up. Lou here from Beyond the Bounds. This is a channel geared towards bass fishing and gear reviews, so if you like that sort of thing, click that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Today's video is going to be about my Lews frog rod combination and why, this is probably the frog rod for you too. Alrighty y'all, so let's jump right into the details of this Lews frog rod that I assembled basically by looking at the website and kind of picking out the specs that I wanted in a frog rod. Now everybody's frog rods are all different. You have to come to terms with really what you want in a frog rod. And this Magnum Grass custom speed stick Lite in a 7-foot 2-inch heavy power fast action with a 14 to 65 pound braid line capacity and a 3/8 ounce to a 1 1/2 ounce lure weight combination was what I found would be the best combo for the type of frogs and type of frog fishing that I do. Let's look a little bit more at the blank that this is. This is an 85 million modulus blank, and I can tell you that it is highly sensitive now. Oh, dang! So a little bit more about this blank is that it has, as you can see, wind grips. And I said this is the Magnum Grass. If I flip it over here, it says grass flipping rod and it says jigs, tubes, and plastics. Those are always just a good guide. You need to just kind of determine what you want out of your frog rod. And if you're looking for a heavy frog rod that you can flip and hold all day long, this is definitely a really good one to consider right here, because the weight of this rod was one of the things that impressed me the most. I think it's priced around $159.99, but always check around because you might be able to find deals elsewhere. I just use the prices that Lews posts on their website. But when I submitted my order for 2018 and put in an order for all new rods and reels with Lews, because I went completely with Lews for that season and for this season as well, I was truly impressed the most out of this rod. And I own a variety of rods from $40 range all the way up to the $219 and pretty soon the $250 range when I get my Lews Pro TI rod to come in too. So I own from the very bottom to the very top. And if there is the one rod, excluding the TP1 series, which I have high praise for, and even the TP1 Black series, I have real high praise for that. If you can find this kind of combination in that, absolutely go for that, because those will be fantastic rods for the money. This one kind of blew me away though. This one was that one rod and reel combo. Let's take the reel out of it for now, but this was the one rod that I was like, nah, we'll see. It looks like it might be a little heavy. No, the weight of this is phenomenal. Matter of fact, you take this Super Duty off, maybe put on a Hyper Mag or the Pro TI or the custom SLP, the white reel, you put those off, you're gonna shave a few ounces off of there, and that's really gonna help. But this rod paired with this reel actually helps, because this reel is a little bit heavier in the lineup. It's called the Super Duty for a reason. And it's called the Super. So let's get into the specs just on this reel, because this is an all Lews combo that I want you to feel confident in that if you buy it and you're like, man, that's 7.7 ounces. That 7 ounces is really negated because of the weight of this rod. Though this rod is a very well balanced and lighter version than some of the other rods that you might see on the Lews website in the $200 price range. So this reel is an 8-3-1 Super Duty. It has 11 bearings in it, 20 pounds of drag, and a deep spool designed for braid. Now it comes with a power crank handle and high brass gearing for hauling fish up from those deep depths, and that's what you get out of this reel as opposed to maybe something else, is that you get that jack horse that's just gonna pull things right out. You're gonna be able to jack them up. It's gonna withstand the strain of you setting and hauling something out while punching mats. That's what this reel is designed to do, especially with that high brass gearing. That's why you go with the Super Duty. Yeah, it's a little bit heavier, but that heavy duty, that Super Duty of it, that's what's gonna haul those fish out. Price tag on this one, it comes in at about $179. Again, check around, you could probably find it for cheaper, depending on where you're purchasing from. Always head to tacklefreaks.com, check them out there. They've got a wide variety of Lews products and they're a great online retailer, tacklefreaks.com. But my overall thoughts on this reel as a part of this combo, I would probably go with, especially if I could, and Hyper Mag. I'm a big fan of the Hyper Mags, having recently purchased some of those. I think the weight of those is phenomenal, but the problem is those are a little bit more expensive, and I know you don't necessarily want to be like, well, Lou, that's a $300 reel, you tag this on and now I'm almost near $600 in a rod and reel combo. The beauty of Lews products is that they are quality and they're affordable, and this is a good combination that's going to keep you under a certain amount, but it's going to do exactly what you need it to do. It's got enough sensitivity. I started throwing jigs on this. This became my skipping combination, if you will, for docks. It's a heavy combination, like I said, fast action tip, but it really allowed me to skip presentations into heavy cover and know that I was going to be able to horse and winch those fish out no matter what, given that I had this Super Duty on there. But it definitely casts very, very effectively with 50-pound braid, maybe even go 30-pound if you wanted, but I pretty much just stick with 50-pound braid throughout my entire braid lineups. The guides on this rod are titanium oxide inserts. I've ran braid through this since day one, never had a single issue. Actually haven't had a single one of these guides bend either. I'm a fan of other rod manufacturers too. I'm not going to just sit here and try to sell you on Lews all day long. I like other rods that are out there in the market, but this one, some of those other rods, those guides don't hold up as well as all the guides that I've had on my Lews products. And I can attest that since day one, this has had braid through it, all the guides perfectly fine, and that's what it's going to continue to have for my 2019 season as well. Actually, on this Super Duty G reel, there's a pretty neat function. It's got this little switch up here, and what that switch does is it automatically engages the spool. So you could, once you complete a flip and you let off the spool release, it actually engages right away. So say you flipped, and as soon as that hit, bam, you got a fish, you can jack right away, right immediately, which is pretty cool of a function. I use that quite a few times, and it can definitely speed you up when going through multiple presentations, because you're just feathering it with your thumb, letting it drop, click, roll it up, feathering it, letting it drop, and it clicks on its own. So you're not having to use the handle to re-engage the spool. But overall, if you're looking for a brand new rod and reel combo for your frogs, highly recommend you check this out. It's going to be able to do a lot of things that you want it to do. Again, the action of this rod, I was blown away with the action of this rod. I think it's perfect, and it loads very well, very effectively when handling fish. So guys, check this out. This is the Custom Speed Stick Lites, the Custom Lite by Lews, paired with a Super Duty G. This again, it's going to be my go-to frog rod for my 2019 season. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all have a good one.